what's up guys? Joe here, coming at you on a mobile setup. This is pretty much my current living conditions for the moment, but it's not going to stop me from bringing you some week 4 action between Elite Gaming and Dragon Rejects. 71-71 was the final score. 22 3 stars on one side and 21 on the other side, but Elite Gaming pulls it out with a narrow margin of just under 0.5% in pulling out the victory. So we're going to bring in some really awesome attacks, a couple of attacks you've seen before. Starting out with number 1, we have Sharknado, who is in Town Hall 10. He's been featured before in like week 1, I believe it was. And he basically takes on this Town Hall 11 and gains the 2 stars, but how he does it is what's the most important piece of it all. He really uses smaller troops in order to take out structures and gain percentage prior to going in. So he drops his balloons into a haste spell, taking out the archer tower strategically, and what this does is opens it up for the minions to take out and pick off these structures over here in the northeast, using a couple of minions there, and he sprinkles some up in the north, taking out some structures over there, and he also does the same thing over in the far west. Really just kind of time consuming here, using minions to just pick off a couple of archers to take out structures. That way he can gain the percent required in order to get that 50%, which is highly important when you have a Town Hall 10 that can jump up on Town Hall 11. In this case, it's just a little bit of slow, methodical, taking out a couple of structures here for percentages up to 9%. Drops an Archer Queen without her healers for a few seconds in order to work on taking out structures, and as soon as she steps into the defenses, he drops his healers, as well as a rage spell in order to take on this Barbarian King. As well as a wizard to assist with that. So that way she's working on taking out structures, and she continues to walk south. So he's going to get her to walk south and take out structures along the way. And what he has here in his queue is P.E.K.K.A, some bowlers, and then his Barbarian King to set the other side of the funnel, forcing his Valkyries directly into the core. Nothing really special here. A lot of you guys have been doing these things on your own with Town Hall 11 attacks, using the bowlers and Valkyries to tie into your attack and get to the core of the base and taking out the Town Hall. So as he starts to transition in, he gets his Barbarian King and his wall breakers, and then a couple of bowlers from the clan castle, 2 in his queue from his actual army, as well as a baby dragon to force the troops into the base. And then the P.E.K.K.A decides to stay outside, which is not really a bad thing. Barbarian King kicks outside, but at this point the Archer Queen is now into the base along with the bowlers, using jump spell to get directly to the core, and then he drops his Valkyries directly for the core of the base. So very patient on the Valkyrie drop, using a rage spell to rage up those Valkyries and the P.E.K.K.A to get in here on this Inferno Tower, and then directly in on the Town Hall. So a great attack, great patient attack by Sharknado in on number 1 in order to gain the 2-star attack for his Town Hall 11s to drop down. So that's what's so imperative about this attack, is it is a Town Hall 10 taking on a Town Hall 11 and getting the percentage required in order to slap 2 stars on this base for the Town Hall 11s above him to go ahead and drop down and 3-star the Town Hall 10s below. So anyways, that's probably the only high-level attack I'm going to show today. We have a couple of Town Hall 9s that I want to show, starting out with the last Spartan on number 8. He's 18 on their roster, jumping up onto the number 8 base with a stoned golem, gobo, basically bowlers in the clan castle, and then 16 hogs for the back end, and then a fairly large amount of wizards. So he starts out with his 2 golems and uses his wizards. Very patient on the wizard drop, allowing them to clean up structures around the side of the base. And what he's doing here is trying to get his bowlers to funnel into the base, using a jump spell instead of taking wall breakers, and having all 3. So very beefy kill squad here going in on this base with the trio of the golems in order to take up a lot of the damage. One of the golems is down to golemites, but he still has 2 golems, raging up those bowlers, getting the poison spell down for the clan castle troops, and then using another jump to proceed through the base. So with his beefy kill squad, he intends to get a lot of structures with his kill squad before having to transition into the hogs, with his Barbarian King still having his ability and the Archer Queen still having her ability. So he's getting a lot of value out of the kill squad with the trio of golems. So at this point, he starts to trickle in a couple of hog riders to really take on the defenses that are back behind the kill squad at this point, popping the Barbarian King's Iron Fist ability, and really just letting the hog riders work. He's out of spells at this point, so there's no heal spells for the hog riders, so he's really dependent on the kill squad to take out a lot of defenses That way, the Hog Riders can work. The only issue here is that Barbarian King is sitting in that compartment where the Expo is. And so really he's dependent on that golem to really tie up that Barbarian King. And now at this point, the Barbarian King's already transitioned into the Hog Riders. But it doesn't really matter. The Hog Riders are going to continue back out of the base and go after that rogue Tesla over in, or the trap Tesla over in the corner of the base. But either way, it doesn't really matter. He has plenty of kill squad troops available. Still has that Archer Queen's Royal Cloak ability. And at this point, it's all cleanup. So great strategic attack by Last Spartan on the number 8 base of the Dragon Rejects. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. And while this one transitions out, we're going to go ahead and do another giveaway. I have an iTunes gift card here for you guys. Code for the iTunes gift card is XQZX868NFDQY5KTQ. So congratulations to whoever redeems that card. We're going to go ahead and continue moving on to a beautiful Gobo La Loon by Genevieve. Genevieve comes up and hits number 13 with just directly straight in on the Town Hall, going in with a Shattered Golem and Heroes to go in and take out structures, dropping her Golem first and a couple of Wizards down in the southeast, and then another Golem on the opposite direction to go directly in on these 2 defenses, tying those defenses up while the Wizards work. And is very patient with the Wizard drops and allowing them to take out structures. That way the bowlers funnel directly into where she wants them to go. Bowlers do hit a giant bomb, I believe it was there, but it doesn't really matter. We have a jump spell in order to get the golems to go directly into the base, poison spell down, and then the bowlers are just going to continue to follow suit with the Barbarian King and the Archer Queen. Using a rage spell to rage up this kill squad and continue them into the base, the golem on the west takes on a giant bomb and saves those bowlers. That way the bowlers continue to proceed into the base. Barbarian King's Iron Fist ability has already been triggered and used, and there's a couple Wizards on the outsides of the base. Now she starts to transition into the air attack, or the air portion of the attack, dropping her hounds and then following it up with the balloons. And so the balloons would move in and take out structures in the north, and then she'll use a haste spell to speed them up into the air defense as the second Lava Hound gets in on that air defense. So very great, very good timing on the spell drops with the haste spells, and the haste will boost up those balloons and shoot them directly into this last final air defense, leaving plenty of pups on the map in order for cleanup. So very strategic attack by Genevieve. Beautiful Gobo La Loon. It's really textbook at this point of how she did this and executed, with plenty of balloons left on the map. Also holding onto a Wizard up top for cleanup on these corner structures. Archer in the far east to take out that builder's hut, and just completely demolishes this base in a very quick manner. So we're going to go ahead and move on to number 19. Number 19 was JSP again. This week JSP comes in with a cold-blooded single golem with heroes in order to transition into a La Loon attack. So you don't necessarily have to have 2 golems and a ton of wizards and stuff in order to do a Gobo La Loon. It starts out with a minion on this army camp, and then a couple of wizards, not a lot. He only has 3 wizards in his army camp, or in his queue, with a baby dragon, heroes, and then the golem sitting on the wall. Drops the wall breakers and allows the wizards to clean structures before getting those bowlers down on the map. Mortar ends up taking out one of those wizards, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Actually, correction, there is no bowlers in this clan castle. That was my mistake. I forgot that there actually is a Lava Hound in this clan castle instead of bowlers. So this is actually a very valuable attack for most of you guys that do not have bowlers at your disposal in your clans. You can easily use high-level heroes and a golem to take on the clan castle, the Archer Queen, and only one of the air defenses. In this case, dropping the Lava Hounds in the north and starting the air portion in the north, taking out the air defense, and then transitioning that Lava Hound that was in the clan castle to follow in, taking on the second to last air defense, moving the balloons in spread out motion, the way they all what they end up doing here is they all group up and just take on these defenses. There are 2 Lava Hounds on this second to last air defense, using a rage spell to beef up the power and the speed of these troops, sending the last 2 lava hounds in on the last air defense. One splits and the other one's still sitting there blocking for the balloons to go in. So you only have this last archer tower falls, and all of it's based off of cleanup of the lava pups. So again, the point to take away from this attack was the fact that there was no bowlers. So that's very valuable to a lot of you guys. That it was a cold-blooded, so it was a weaker or a smaller kill squad, really getting a lot of value out of the heroes. They're taking out the clan castle, the archer queen, and one of the air defenses. So we're going to go ahead and wrap that one up. Awesome attack by JSP, and we're going to follow it up by a awesome attack by John. John again this week with number 23. And before we go into John's attack, we got a Google Play gift card here for whoever redeems this code. We got 1EETBAQ9ZOZGKBPP1BFE. And congratulations to whoever redeems that Google Play gift card. I have a whole pile of these things that I'm going to give away in the upcoming weeks. Unfortunately, I'm on a trip down in Texas right now, so I'm not in my normal setup. As most of you know, I normally run a green screen and have a lot cleaner of a look on the face cam. But anyways, we have John dropping down on number 23 with a Queen walk into Loon with basically turns into a minion horde. He has about 18 minions in this group. But the only difference here is he actually comes in with a quad quake instead of a jump spell, and really the northeastern portion of this base is going to be really focused on the Queen walk, on her getting a lot of value and taking out a lot of structures with the Archer Queen. Obviously a level 30 Queen, so she can take on quite a bit. Uses a rage spell up there, has a baby dragon working on structures over in the northwest. And so what he wants to do is guide his queen, his Archer Queen, in a southeastern fashion. Got the rage spell down on the Archer Queen, so she takes out both heroes, and she'll also reach the air defense in multiple structures over here, dropping a wizard to assist with this process, and really the Barbarian King and a couple more wizards. Barbarian King is going to tank, also dropping a single giant to tank for the wizards and allow the wizards to work without any hindrance, and also getting in the wall breakers to send his Archer Queen directly into the base. Another rage spell to get her health back up, as well as allowing her to take on the clan castle troops. He has to use her royal cloak ability due to the Valkyries. Power of the Valkyries, he'll take out an Archer Queen in a couple of swings, so he uses her ability to take out that, and just gets a lot of value out of this Archer Queen by taking out the air defense, the heroes, and the clan castle, as well as the wizards down in the south, taking out another air defense that was on that southeastern wall. Uses a rage spell on her again. He really intends to get a lot out of this Archer Queen before he starts to transition into the air portion. Then gets his Lava Hound down, starts off with a Lava Hound that was a max level Lava Hound that was in his clan castle, and starts to maneuver those balloons in on probably what he knew was Tesla locations, and follows them up with minions. So the minions follow closely behind the balloons, taking out structures as they move through. The Archer Queen is going to end up going down due to the Expo targeting her, but it doesn't really matter at this point with the minion horde that's following underneath of the balloons. The last Lava Hound is actually on the air defense, and the balloons are kind of slow. There's no other spells to follow up and speed the balloons up, but the power of a minion horde along with a horde of lava pups, it really doesn't matter. Obviously this wizard tower can take them out very easily, but they do actually overpower the base, and they just kind of protect the balloons as they transition through the base. So anyways, John does a phenomenal job getting a lot of value out of his Archer Queen and reading that base, using the earthquake spells to maneuver her through and taking out a lot of structures that could have hindered the air portion of that attack. And so we're going to wrap it up with one more attack. Jacob again this week with a gobo dragon. Instead of Loon, he's actually doing basically a mass dragon. Jacob comes in with the golem, shadow golem, 2 golems, and bowlers in the clan castle. Starting over here in the far west, getting his golems down, and then he'll follow it up with a couple of wizards to strategically take out a couple of structures and basically force the heroes and his bowlers directly into the space. And if you notice the locations of the air defenses, this base is kind of interesting because it has all the air defenses all focused on the northwestern flank of the base. You have 1, 2, 3 remaining as the bowlers move into the base. So really kind of setting up, Eduardo here kind of sets up his defense in the sense of bring your kill squad here, take out the air defenses. And that's exactly what Jacob does. He brings his kill squad in with his bowlers, his archer queen, his barbarian king, and a couple of wizards to focus in on taking out a lot of all the air defenses as well as the expo. And really at this point you have Jacob transitioning his focus into a mass dragon. So the remainder of his troops is dragons, just taking all out the southern or the southeastern portion of the base, sweeping up as his heroes continue to take out structures up here in the north. His barbarian king's iron fist abilities triggered, and the last air defense will fall as soon as that bowler's boulder hits it. So all the air defenses are down. This really just opens it up plain as day for a mass dragon attack, and the enemy archer queen stood no chance with raised dragons on her. The dragons will sweep the rest of this base. A couple of minions are dropped to finish up taking out structures, and just kind of a poor base design open it up for the archer queen's ability being used there, and the dragons will have enough power to finish up this base, taking on the Tesla farm alone. Dragons have such a high hit point base and damage per second that in groups like this they can take on structures like this no problem, as long as the air defenses are taken out of the mix. So hopefully my setup doesn't bother you too much and you were able to get some value out of these raids. A great win by Elite Gaming. Congratulations on week 4 and their win, and good luck on week 5, and I'll do my best to get in and get you some action from week 5. So drop some comments below and let me know what you think, and thanks for watching, guys.